I'm retracing the steps to the night it all went south, counting every poison word that fell out of my mouth. You were standing in the hallway with your heart held in your hands, and I acted like a man who simply didn't understand. I chose my pride over your peace, I chose the dark over the light, and I've been paying for that choice every second of the night. There's no we were young and there's no we were tired. I walked right into the temple and I set the whole thing fired. Now the smoke is in my lungs and the ashes on the floor. I'm staring at the hollow space beside the bedroom door. It wasn't a slip and it wasn't a blur. It was the moment I stopped being who I promised you I were. I look at the ruins of the always we were building, and I see the tarnished copper underneath the gilding. Oh, I could call it fate or a heartache or a break, but the truth is much heavier. It was just a big mistake. Yeah, life-altering, heart-shattering mistake. I see you in the city and I have to turn away, 'cause I don't have the right to ask you how you spent your day. You look a little lighter, like you finally shed the skin of the person I was forcing you to try and fit back in. I'm happy for your healing, but I'm dying in the quiet. All the home I turned into a lonely styling riot. If I could reach back through the clock and grab my own shaking hand, I tell myself the winning isn't worth the desert sand. I trade every hour's right for one I'm sorry stay. But on the 1,000 miles of broken promises away, it wasn't a slip and it wasn't a blur. It was the moment I stopped being who I promised you I were. I look at the ruins of the always we were building, and I see the tightest cocker underneath the building. Oh, I could call it fate or a heartache or a break, but the two just much heavier. It was just a big mistake, just a mistake, not a tragedy, just a choice I made. Now I'm lying in the bed that I had to go and braid. I'm sorry, but sorry is a small word for a mistake this big. So we're looking to a reprise for the song, or perhaps create a concept map for how all these tracks connect into a single story. I took your picture off the bedside frame today, not to forget you, but to see the room a different way. The space you left is wide, a canyon in the floor, but I'm tired of waiting for your key to turn the door. We built a kingdom out of sand and summer rain, and I've been trying to keep the ruins dry in vain. I used to think that love was only holding on so tight, that if I let a finger slip, I'd lose you to the night. But the ghost of us is tired of the way I'm holding on, and the stars look different now. The moon is finally gone. This is a love reimagined, a heart in a different light. No longer the fire, just the warmth in the middle of the night. I'm taking the pieces, the us that we used to be, and turning the we back into a brand new me. It's not the ending I wanted, or the story that we planned, but it's a love reimagined, shifting like the sand. I walk past the park where we carved our names in wood. I didn't cry this time, though I thought I probably would. The bark has grown around the letters, thick and scarred and deep, like a secret that the forest promised it would keep. You're not a tragedy, I'm trying to survive. You're the reason that I learned to feel so much alive. I'm letting go of the version where you're coming home, and blessing the version where I'm standing here alone. It's a quiet kind of mercy, it's a soft and steady grace, to look at my future and not expect to see your face. Story that we planned, but it's a love reimagined, shifting like the sand. I'll keep the lessons, but I'm leaving the pain. I'll keep the sunshine and forget the rain. It's a love reimagined, a beautiful broken thing. I'm still here, and I'm learning how to sing. A love reimagined, just me. I'm checking my phone like it's oxygen in a room that's running out. I know exactly what happens when I give in to the doubt. One hello from you is a spark in a field of dry yellow grass, and I'm standing there with a matches, just waiting for the flash. My friends all stopped asking, they just look at me with pity, while I'm driving to your doorstep on the dark side of the city. You're the habit I can't quit, you're the drink I shouldn't take, you're the beautiful disaster I'm still desperate to make. I know the morning brings the wire and the heavy hollow chest, but tonight I'm just a moth looking for a place to rest. Cause you're bad for me, baby, like a fever in the bones, a high wire wrapped over a valley full of stones. You're the toxic kind of lovely that I can't see in me. A forever that I know I should've never believed. I'm breaking my own heart just to hear you say my name. Yeah, you're bad for me, but I'm addicted to the flame. We say it's the last time, every single time we meet. Then we're tangled in the sheets, in the bitter and the sweet. You don't wanna keep me, but you don't wanna let me go. And I'm a fool who's staying just to watch the ending of the show. I'm a ghost in your apartment, I'm a shadow in your bed, building up a future that exists only in my head. If love isn't medicine, then why do I feel sick? Why am I a candle and go to burning wick? I'm choosing the short-term high for the long-term fall, knowing damn well that you're the wrecking ball. Hear you say my name. Yeah, you're bad for me, but I'm addicted to the flame. One more day, one more lie, one more I'm sorry before we say goodbye. I know I should run, I know I should be free, but being bad for you is the only good left in me. Yeah, you're so bad for me. Would you like to explore a duet version of this song where the other person explains why they can't let go either? I saw you at the station, caught a glimpse of something new, a different kind of brightness in the way he looks at you. He held your umbrella like it was made of fragile glass, and I stepped into the shadows just to let the moment pass. I used to know the rhythm of the way you catch your breath, but now I'm just a witness to a slow and quiet death. I'm looking for the fracture, looking for a sign that his hands don't fit as perfectly as mine. But the truth is in the gravity, the way you're leaning in, and I'm losing a battle that I didn't know we'd begin. He loves you in the way I always said I was gonna do, with the kind of steady heart that I never gave to you. It's written in the silence, it's hanging in the air, the way he touches your shoulder like there's nobody else there. It's a beautiful disaster, it's a bitter kind of you. Just see he loves you better than I ever knew how. how to. I noticed how you're laughing, the kind that reaches to your eyes, the kind I used to promise God would always compromise. He doesn't make you wonder, he doesn't make you wait, while I'm still standing at the platform, just a second far too late. I'm happy that you're happy, or at least that's what I tell the ghost inside the mirror in this lonely empty shell. I'd hate him if I could, I'd find a million things to blame, but he's the answer to the prayers I never learned to name. He's the always uncertain that I couldn't seem to be, and that's the hardest part of watching you be free. Touches your shoulder like there's nobody else there. It's a beautiful disaster, it's a bitter kind of you, to see he loves you better than I ever knew how to. Yeah, he loves you, and it shows in the way you walk, in the way he knows exactly what you need. I'm just a memory, a page you've learned to read. The song focuses on self-reflection and moving on. Would you like to add a third verse that describes a specific memory of how he treats her differently than the narrator did? The apartment is a graveyard of things we never fixed, like the coffee stains and arguments and the way our spirits mixed. There's a pile of your laundry sitting right beside the door, and I'm pacing through the wreckage across the hardwood floor. I tried to find a pattern in the way we fell apart, but there's no geometry for a jagged, broken heart. One minute we were golden, dancing in the street. The mix we're throwing fire just to feel the heat. It's a hurricane of sorry and a landslide of it's done. And I'm looking for a shelter where I know that there is none. It's just chaotic, the way you're leaving me tonight. A symphony of static and a blinding broken light. We're a beautiful disaster, we're a riot in the rain. There's no rhythm to the show, there's no logic to the pain. I'm spinning in the center of a world that's lost its mind, trying to find me us that we've left so far behind. Yeah, it's messy and it's loud and it's all just so Looking through our messages, a million incomplete. Mixed with where are you? And I'm begging on my knees. One day you're the anchor, the next you're just a gap, tearing up the canvas of my every single cell. I don't know if I'm grieving or if I'm just confused by the way a heart can feel so loved and so abused. They say that love is peaceful, they say that love is kind, but ours was like a lightning bolt that left the both us blind. It's a tangle where we're always in a jagged edge and never a storm that's bound to keep us in this turbulence forever. It's chaotic, the way you're leaving me to lie. The symphony is starting in a blind and broken lie. We're a beautiful disaster, we're right in the rain. There's no rhythm to the song, there's no logic to the pain. I'm spinning in the center of a world that's lost its mind, trying to find the us that we left so far behind. Yeah, it's messy and it's loud and it's all just so chaotic. The dust is settling slow, the wind is starting to die, but I'm still hearing the echo of your last and loudest lie. Just a room full of noise, just a heart out of sync. I'm standing on the edge and I'm trying not to blink. So chaotic, it's just so chaotic. Do you wanna add some lyrical contrast to the bridge to highlight the peaceful moments before the chaos? I'm watching the sky turn a heavy shade of lead, thinking about the final words that both of us said. You're leaning by the window with your coffee getting cold, watching the sunset turn into shattered gold. But the light doesn't reach where you're standing tonight. You're fading in the shadows, you're fading out of sight. And I see the storm before the first drop falls, echoing silence through these hollow white walls. The pressure is dropping, the air is getting thin, letting the winter finally begin. I'm reaching for a hand, it's turning into mist, counting the memories of the moments we missed. Cause you got eyes like rain clouds, dark and deep, holding the secrets that you promised to keep. I can see the thunder just behind your stare, a deluge of sorrow hanging in the air. One look and I'm drowning, one look and I'm gone, drenched in the wreckage of a shattered dawn. Yeah, the whole world is weeping whenever you're near, with your eyes like rain clouds and each saltwater tear. I try to find shelter in the hollow of your heart, but the seams are there always. Some be pulled apart, every word is a raindrop, heavy and blue, blurring the version I cherish to you. You don't have to shout or break any glass to let the disaster officially pass. I can read the forecast in the flicker of the days, a coming in winter for the rest of our days. Is there a sun somewhere behind the gray, a reason for the sorry to staying away? I'm soaking in the never, I'm saturated in the dawn, waiting for a morning that won't bring Let it pour, let it rain, wash away the lights till the pain. The light's gone out, the sky is black, and nothing is ever coming back. Eyes like rain clouds, it's starting to rain. Would you like to explore instrumental ideas such as that in our store? Leaping violin to emphasize the stormy atmosphere. I'm standing by the front door, staring down the line of the hollow architecture that I used to call mine. The floorboards are creaking like they're crying for your feet, while the shadows are stretching to make the darkness complete. I brushed against the wallpaper where your picture used to be. Now it's just a faded patch staring back at me. I'm a prisoner of timber and plaster and pain, walking the same 10 feet again and again. The lights are all flickering, the ceiling is low, drowning in the hollow of orbit I know. I'm winding up the clock, but the time won't depart from the surgical lake deep inside of my heart. 'Cause I'm pacing through the hallway of regret, counting every sorry that I haven't finished yet. Every doorway is a memory that I can't seem to close, a labyrinth of winter that nobody knows. I'm chasing after echoes in this shattered, narrow space, searching for the ghost of your beautiful face. Yeah, the walls are closing in and the floor is all wet, and the hollow heart silence of the hallway of regret. I saw your keys in the bowl by the coat rack frame, but they're waiting for a hint. I forgot my own name. I take a step forward, then I take 2 steps back, watching the alignment of rock forever turn black. Every dark smoke dancing in the afternoon sun is a witness to the things that I haven't quite done. I'm memorizing the cracks in the ceiling above. I'm longing into everything bitter in love. Is it architecture or is it just grief? The fate in my trust or a temporary thief? I wanna reach out, I wanna let go, but I'm trapped in the hollow of all that I know. Cause I'm pacing through the hallway of regret, counting every sorry that I haven't finished left. Every doorway is a memory that I can't seem to close, a labyrinth of winter that nobody knows. I'm chasing after echoes in a shattered, narrow space, searching for the ghost of your beautiful face. Yeah, the walls are closing in and the floor is all wet, and the hollow heart silence of the hallway of regret. One more lap, one more ache, watching the links in the chain finally break. the light figures out, the hollow heart out, just standing here, just waiting here, hallway of regret. I can't find the exit. Would you like to explore full vocanatrias, such as using layered, echo, heavy harmonies to make the claustrophobic? The engine's humming low, a steady rhythmic drone. In a sea of painted lines, I've never felt so alone. The dashboard's glowing blue against my shaking hand, while the radio plays a song that only a ghost understands. I'm parked behind the grocery store where we used to buy the wine, back when your fingers used to tangle up in mine. Now the wiper blades are fighting with the rain that isn't there, just the salt and the mascara and a handful of despair. I can't go home just yet, the air is too still, and I can't go back to you, I know I never will. So I'm stuck here in the middle, in the glow of this street lamp, where the concrete is cold and the upholstery is damp. In the parking lot, tears under a fluorescent sky. I'm letting out the forever that turned into a lie. No one's looking through the glass, no one's checking on the car. Well, I'm breaking into pieces right here where we are. It's a quiet kind of checkout, a lonely kind of toll, just 100 empty spaces for the hunger in my soul. Yeah, I'm drowning in the suburbs, shifting through the gears of these bitter, heavy parking lot tears. A couple's in beside me, a mother and a child. For a second in the mirror, I thought I saw you smile, but it's just a trick of light on the cracked and dusty screen. A memory of a version of us that's no longer seen. I should put it in a verse, I should probably drive away, but the gravity of over is forcing me to stay. The grocery bags again are warm in the seat where you should sit. I'm a fire that's been smothered, but I'm too tired to quit. Is this where love goes when it's got nowhere to turn? To a patch of black asphalt while the bridge is open. It's finished shopping carts in the cracks in the ground. I'm making the only honest sound. Tears under a fluorescent sky. I'm letting out the forever that turned into a lie. No one's looking through the glass, no one's checking on the car, but I'm breaking into pieces right here where we are. It's a quiet kind of second, a parking lot tears. The headlights are fading, the stores are all closing, and I'm still here waiting for the part where I'm okay. Just a car in a corner, just a heart in the dark, in the parking lot where we used to park. The warning signs were written in the frost upon the glass. I watched the seasons shivering, I watched the shadows pass. You held your phone like a secret, you laughed a little too late, and I just kept on building fires inside a broken grate. I ignored the way you looked at me, like I was yesterday's news, while I was busy polishing the silver in our shoes. I saw the suitcase in the hallway, you said it was for a trip, but I felt the sudden coldness and the tightening of your grip. I closed my eyes so tightly that I turned the red to black, hoping if I didn't see it, you'd find your way back. Oh, I should've known better, I should've known then that forever is a word used by desperate men. I saw the light fading, I heard the door creak, but I stayed in the silence, 'cause I was too weak. Now it's January 2026, and the truth is finally clear. I was dancing with a ghost for a whole damn year. Yeah, I should've known better than to trust the weather, thinking we could survive being broken together. The neighbors saw you leaving before the sun was even up. I'm sitting here just staring at your half-full coffee cup. The lipstick on the porcelain is a jagged scarlet line, the only part of you that's left that I can still call mine. I read the text I saved from June when you swore you'd never go. It's funny how the things we love are the things we never know. They say love is blind, but I think love just hides the keys, leaving you stranded on your scarred and shaky knees. I saw the end coming like a train on a rusted track, and I stood right in the center, waiting for the impact. when you stopped putting our love to the test. I just didn't wanna be right. I didn't wanna be alone tonight. I should've known. I should've known. The warning signs were written in the frost upon the glass. I watched the seasons shiver and I watched the shadows pass. You held your phone like a secret, you laughed a little too late. And I just kept on building fires inside a broken grave. I ignored the way you looked at me like I was yesterday's news, while I was busy polishing the silver in our shoes. I saw the suitcase in the hallway, you said it was for a trip, but I felt the sudden coldness in the tightening of your grip. I closed my eyes so tightly that I turned the red to black, hoping if I didn't see it, you'd find your way back. Oh, I should've known better. I should've known then that forever is a word used by desperate men. I saw the light fade and I heard the door creak, but I stayed in the silence cause I was too weak. Now it's January 2026 and the truth is finally clear. I was dancing with a ghost for a whole damn year. Yeah, I should've known better than to trust the weather, thinking we could survive being broken together. The neighbors saw you leaving before the sun was even up. I'm sitting here just staring at your half-full coffee cup. The lipstick on the porcelain is a jagged scarlet line, the only part of you that's left that I can still call mine. I read the text I say from June, you swore you never go. It's funny how the things we love are the things we never know. They say love is blind, but I think love just hides the keys, leaving you stranded on your scarred and shaky knees. I saw the end coming like a train on a rusted track, and I stood right in the center, waiting for the impact. Cause I was too weak. Now it's January 2026 and the truth is finally clear. I was dancing with a ghost for a whole damn year. Yeah, I should've known better than to trust the weather, thinking we could survive being broken again. Down in the hollow of my chest, I know when you start putting our love to the test. I just didn't wanna be right. I didn't wanna be alone tonight. I should've known. I should've known. I'm watching how you chook in the time when I walk in. A little less, how's your day? And a little more, where have you been? To show sugar in your coffee hasn't melted on the spoon. You're staring out the window at a pale and morning moon. You didn't reach for my hand when the car hit the bump, and my heart's doing that heavy, hollow, terrifying thump. It's the way you're choosing words like there's stones in a wall. It's the way you're standing back like you're waiting for it to fall. The air is getting thin, the light is getting gray. I can feel that it's over, just a heartbeat away. Oh, I'm standing in the kitchen of a heartbreak in the making, watching every pillar of our always started shaking. It's a slow motion crash, it's a leak in the dam. I'm losing who we are and finding out who I am. You haven't said a word, but the silence is so loud. It's a heartbreak in the making, and I'm under the cloud. You're talking about the future like you're not in the frame, using I and me instead of our collective name. I see you moving sweaters from the drawer to the bed, calculating exits in the back of your head. I want to scream I love you just to see if it'll stick. Got the clock on the mantle, has your colder kinda tick. Is there a way to stop the rain before the clouds begin to form? Is there a way to find the shore in the middle of the storm? But your eyes already at the station, waiting for the train, and I'm just the empty platform standing in the rain. I'm standing in the kitchen of a heartbreak in the making, watching every blur of our always started shaking. It's a slow motion crash, it's a leak in the dam. I'm losing who we are and finding out who I am. You haven't said a word, but the silence is so loud. It's a heartbreak in the making, I'm under the cloud. I see the suitcase in your eyes, I see the fading of the price. It hasn't happened yet, but the sun is starting to set. Just a matter of time, just a moment to climb. Heartbreak in the making, yeah, I feel it breaking. So we look into a bridge, variation that builds more tension. And do you want to start a track list for this emotional album? I still trace the edges where you used to hold my hand, like a map of a country that I no longer understand. The silence in this hallway is a weight I have to bear. I'm still breathing in the ghost of you that's lingering in the air. I thought that time would cauterize the places where we bled, but I'm just memorizing every word we never said. They say the light gets in through every jagged crack, but I'm still waiting for the day I don't want you back. The mirror shows a stranger with a hollow kind of gaze, just a collection of the wreckage from our better days. So I'm learning to love the scars you left behind, the the bitter architecture of a heart you redesign. Every ache is just a rhythm, every sting is just a sign that for one beautiful moment your soul is tangled up in mine. It's a cold kind of comfort, a heavy kind of truth. I'm finally learning to love the scars of losing you. But the memories built to last. I'm a tenant in a prison that is haunted by the past. Your name is still a tremor that I feel beneath my skin. The door is locked forever, but the cold still wanders in. I used to try to hide the marks, to keep the damage low, but there's a certain kind of honesty in letting the ruin show. It's not a healing, it's an evolution of the pain. Like the way I feel looks different after months of freezing rain. I'm not looking for a cure or a way to be the same. I'm just finding a way to carry the weight of your name. Of a heart you redesign. Every ache is just a rhythm, every sting is just a sign that for one beautiful moment your soul was tangled up in mine. It's a cold kind of comfort, a heavy kind of truth. I'm finally learning to love the scars of losing you. The edges are duller now, but the lines are still deep. A promise you broke is a promise I'll keep. I'm okay with the hurt if it's all that's left of us. Learning to love the scars, learning to live with the dust. Just the scars. Just the scars. Opening the window just to catch a stray breeze, but the air in the hall is bringing me to my knees. I scrub the scent of you from the linen and the lace, but I'm suffocating in the hollow of the space. Every closet door I open is a vacuum of the soul, stealing the oxygen I need to make me whole. I'm a vessel with a leak, I'm a radio with no sound, just gasping for a version of me that can't be found. The diaphragm is tight, the ribcage is a cage. I'm the ending of a story on a blinking blurry page. I'm reaching for the light, but the shadows are too deep, and the promises we made are too heavy now to keep. Cause I'm short of breath since you walked out the door. I don't know how to use these lungs anymore. Every inhalation is a jagged bitter pill, trying to warm the center of this permanent blue chill. You took the atmosphere and you left me with the gray, drowning in the silence of a broken Saturday. Yeah, the hardest part of losing you is the quiet kind of death, of waking up forever short of breath. I saw your name pop on my screen and I forgot to exhale. A sudden sharp vibration, it made my spirit fail. I watched the tape and bubble flicker once and end apart, leaving nothing but the static in the chambers of my heart. I tried to call your number, then I bit my own tongue, losing every battle while the evening's still young. The air is getting thin and the ceiling's coming down. In the hollow red reflection of the shattered empty time, is there a tank of memories to keep me alive? A reason for the rhythm and the will to survive. I'm hyperventilating on the version that we were, choking on the shadow of the person you prefer. Since you walked out the door, I don't know how to use these lungs anymore. Every inhalation is a jagged good appeal, trying to warm the center of this permanent blue chill. You took the atmosphere and you left me with the gray, drowning in the silence of a broken Saturday. Yeah, the hardest part of losing you is the quiet kind of death of waking up forever short of breath. It's getting harder to believe. One more, then I finally have to leave. Just the wind out of pain, just the blood in my veins. Short of breath, I can't breathe without you. Would you like to explore vocal layering to make the chorus feel more claustrophobic and intense? Sitting on the edge of the bed we used to share, listening to the rhythm of the cold and empty air. The clock on the wall is the only thing that moves, while I'm stuck here spinning in these worn out grooves. I thought when you left, the world would just stop like a glass on the floor, like a final teardrop, but the sun still climbed over the neighbor's tall fence, and the world kept on turning, and my heart's expanse. I'm waiting for the silence to swallow me whole, to quiet the riot down deep in my soul. I told my chest to just give up the ghost, but the part that is broken is the part I need most. 'Cause I got a heart that keeps beating, even in the dark, carrying the embers of a dying little spark. It doesn't ask permission, it doesn't wait for grace, it just keeps on running at a slow and steady pace. Despite the goodbye and the weight of the stone is the one thing that's mine, even when I'm alone. Yeah, it's bruised and it's bloody, but it's doing its part. The stubborn persistence of a heart that keeps beating. I went for a walk past the shops on the square, forgot for a second that you weren't there. The physical ache is a strange kind of friend, a reminder of something I didn't want to end. But I felt the thrum in the tips of my hands, like a soldier who's still following orders and plans. It's a riven machine, it's a tireless drum, counting the seconds till the healing has come. It's not sentimental, it's just biology, the way it survives without an apology. It doesn't care that you're gone or that I'm a mess, it just pumps through the sorrow and the loneliness. that keeps beating. Thunder through the static. Thunder, it's automatic. I'm still here, whether I wanna be or not. I'm still here, give it all you've got. It just keeps beating. Past that little diner, the one with the neon sign. I saw a couple laughing, and for a second they were mine. The way he pulled her chair in, the way she touched his sleeve. It's a ritual of ghosts now, a ghost I can't believe. We're just two different stories in two different zip codes now, with new habits and new secrets that we wouldn't even allow. Isn't it a tragedy, the way the colors fade from a technicolor promise to a flicker in the shade? We become the very people that we said we'd never be, two separate islands in a very lonely sea. Oh, what happens to the ones we once loved? Do they turn into the stars or the dust we're stepping of? Are you a stranger with my secrets? Am I a shadow in your head? Are we just the echoes of the always that we said? It's a heavy kind of hollow, looking at the empty space where I used to know the map of every line upon your face. Yeah, we're just the ones we once loved. I wonder if you still take your coffee with that extra drop of cream, or if I've been edited out of every single dream. Do you tell the same old jokes to the person by your side? Do you have a brand new place for all the things you used to hide? It's a strange kind of morning for a person who's still breathing in a world that kept on moving while our forever was leaving. We built a whole cathedral just to let the candles die. We wrote 1,000 pages just to end it on the light. Are your name I don't mention, the song I have to skip, a memory that's slipping through a white-knuckled grip. Am I a shadow in your heart? Are we just the echoes of the always that we said? It's a heavy kind of hollow, looking at the empty space where I used to know the laugh of every line upon your face. Yeah, we're just the ones we once loved. Once loved, once known. Heart just sees that the wind has blown. I hope you're happy, I hope you're whole. Even if I'm no longer the anchor for your soul. The ones we once loved. Goodbye to the one I once loved.
Would you like to compile these tracks into a conceptual album list? Or should we work on a specific melody for this chorus?
I watched the garden wither when you stepped across the line. I thought the frost had settled on everything once mine. The blueprints for a future are scattered on the floor, just shadows of a life that isn't living anymore. But looking through the window at the gray and winter sky, I see a bird returning, and I start to wonder why. How anything survives the wind, the cold, and the regret. But the soul has ways of breathing that I haven't mastered yet. I'm digging through the ashes, looking for the bone of the person I was meant to be before I was alone. And even though the structure fell and left me in the rain, there's something in the foundation that's stronger than the pain. That's the resilience of love, the way it bends but doesn't snap, the way it finds a hidden path on an empty, ruined map. It's the green beneath the snow, it's the light that won't go out, the voice that keeps on singing through the screaming and the doubt. You took the us, you took the now, and you left a heavy cost. But the resilience of love is keeping track of what's not lost. I'm reclaiming the melodies we used to call our own, turning every remember when into a stepping stone. The love hasn't departed, it's just changing its shape. It's no longer a prison, it's become my great escape. It takes a lot of courage to stay soft when things get hard, to find a sense of beauty in a spirit that is scarred. But love is like the ocean, it is deeper than the wreck. It's the only thing that keeps the rising water at my neck. It's not about the getting over or the moving on, it's the carrying the fire long after the wood is gone. It's the gravity that holds me when I'm drifting into space. It's the quiet, steady power of a self-inflicted grace. Ooh, yeah, that's the resilience of love, the way it bends but doesn't snap, the way it finds a hidden path on an empty, ruined map. It's the green beneath the snow, it's the light that won't go out, the voice that keeps on singing through the screaming and the doubts. You took the us, you took the now, and you left a heavy cost. But the resilience of love is keeping track of what's not lost. I'm still standing in the middle of the gale. The heart is a vessel that was built to never fail. It's resilient, yeah, I'm resilient. The love stays alive in the way I survive. It's in the breathing, the resilience of love. Just watch me breathe. I'm tracing the outlines, the where you used to lean against the kitchen counter and the quiet in between. The floorboards still remember the weight of how you move, but now they're just a hollow shell with nothing left to prove. I bought the coffee that you like, the one that smells of hazelnut. Then I realized the door to us is permanently shut. It's not the things you took that leave me breathless on the floor. It's the jagged edge of everything that isn't here anymore. You didn't just leave a vacuum, you left a shape I can't fill. And the world keeps spinning around it, but I'm standing perfectly still. The space you carved is a canyon in my chest, a map of all the always that we never put to test. I'm a ghost in my own hallways, tripping over thin air, reaching for a ghost of you who isn't even there. It's a silhouette of silence, it's a phantom in the light. The space you carved is growing wider every single night. I tried to move the dresser, tried to shift the bed around, but the absence has a brevity that keeps me underground. Your side of the mattress is a frozen empty coast, where I sail a paper boat and try to conjure up your ghost. Every song up on the radio has a hole right in the breast, and your picture's just a shadow stain held by a maggot on her fridge. They tell me how she fill it up with hobbies or with friends, but how do you patch a sky where the horizon simply ends? You carved yourself out of my life with a blade so sharp and true that every breath I'm taking now is shaped exactly like you. Yeah, the space you called is a canyon in my chest, a map of all the always that we never put to test. I'm a ghost in my own hallways, tripping over thin air, reaching for a ghost of you who isn't even there. It's a silhouette of silence, it's a phantom in the light. The space you carved is growing wider every single night. I'm living in my heart, I'm sleeping in the dent, wondering where the forever we were building. Like they went just a hole in the air, just a seat at the table. I'd fill it if I could, but I'm just not able. The space you carved is all that's left of me.